In this video lecture, I will discuss how to remove null production. Okay, so the topic for the today's lecture is removal of null production. So what is null production? In a CFG, a non-terminal symbol A is a nullable variable if there is a production A to epsilon. Okay, so this is called as null production, and this symbol or a non-terminal A is called a nullable variable. So what is the removal procedure? Removal procedure, step 1, what we have to do? We have to find out the nullable non-terminal variable. Okay, so find nullable non-terminal variable. Okay, and variable means here we mean non-terminal. So nullable non-terminal variable. So what is nullable non-terminal variable? If I have production like this A to epsilon, and where A can be any non-terminal. So first we have to find out the nullable variable, and then what we have to do for each production, A, capital A to small a, construct all productions A to x, where x is obtained from A by removing one or multiple non-terminal from step 1. Okay, and in step 3, combine the original production with the result. So combine the original productions with the result of step 2 and remove null productions. Okay, so let's take one example, then it will be more clear. Okay, so we have a production S to A, S, A, all are non-terminal here, S and A, and then small a, capital B, this A is terminal, B is non-terminal, and B, and then there is a production A to B, and then B to B and epsilon. Okay, so this is the example. Now we have to remove the null production. So you can see first step is what? Find the nullable, we'll solve it here. Find the nullable non-terminal variable. So you can see here S to ASA, ABB, and A to B, B to B and epsilon. These are the production. Okay, so we can clearly see there are two nullable variable A and B. So why two nullable variable A and B we are saying? Why? Because you can see here B is also B is nullable variable, right? B is clearly nullable variable. So okay, first we will take B only. B is a nullable variable. Considering B as a nullable variable, what we will see here, wherever this B is coming in the right hand side, I have to replace B by epsilon, and whatever additional production we are getting, that has to be added to the existing grammar. That is step number 3. So step number 1, we find, okay, there is one direct nullable variable B to epsilon. So we know B to epsilon is a nullable variable. Now what we have to do? We have to search wherever capital B is coming in the right hand side of the production. So when we say S to ASA, so this is the left hand side of the production, and after this arrow, this is the right hand side of the production. So wherever this capital B is coming in the right hand side, okay, So here you can see A to B is there. So definitely when B is nullable and I have in the right hand side I have capital B, this A also becomes nullable. So A, B, there are two nullable variable. So A and B are nullable variable. So B is directly nullable, A indirectly, that also becomes nullable. Why? Because first step we need to find the nullable variable. Second step we have to see, okay, B is nullable variable. So wherever we will see one by one all the production, wherever this capital B is coming in the right hand side, I have to replace that capital B by epsilon, and whatever additional production I am getting, that must be added to the grammar, and remaining the existing production we have to keep it as it is. And at the end what we should do, we have to remove the null production. That's what we have to do to remove the null production. Okay, so now, okay, we will start from this one. S2 A SA is there, right? And AB is there. We will not touch it. We will keep it as it is. Now, since A and B both becomes nullable, so what we will do? Okay, here in this A is coming in, the A is also nullable, B is also nullable. So one by one we will replace all these both the nullable variable by epsilon, and whatever additional production we are getting, that we will add to the grammar. So here B is nullable. So if I replace this B by epsilon, I'll just get A. So that must be added to the grammar. And then here A is also nullable. So if I replace this first A by epsilon, I'll get only SA. Okay. If I replace this A by epsilon, then I will get AS. Okay. If I replace both A's by epsilon, then I will get S. Okay. So each occurrence we have to see. So since A is nullable and there are A is coming twice here. So first I will replace this A by epsilon, I'll get only SA. Then second time I'll replace this A by epsilon, I'll get AS, and then I'll replace both the A's by epsilon, I will get S. Same way this B is also nullable. So this B, if I replace by epsilon, I'll get only A. So you can see here these three production, these three production we are not doing anything. We are keeping it as it is, and these are the additional production after replacing this capital B and capital A by epsilon that must be added to the grammar. So that's what is step number 3. Combine the original production with the result of the step 2. So step 2, we will identify all the nullable, after identifying the nullable variable, we will replace the additional production whatever we are getting, that will be added to the original production. And then okay, A to B is nullable and A to B is nullable now. So A to B is nullable, so we have to remove the null production. So A to epsilon we will remove. Similarly B to B is there, okay, we will keep it as it is. B to epsilon we will remove. So this will be the we will say, okay, A to B will be there. So original production we will keep, we will just remove the null production. So B to epsilon will be removed and A to B we will keep. And once see, when we replace this capital B by epsilon, I'll get null production. A also becomes nullable, so that will be removed. So this is the final grammar after removing null production. So hope you have understood the concept of removal of null production. Thank you for watching.